Hello and welcome to a rather chilly London Heathrow Airport where we begin another inside lane road trip. I say chilly, but where we're going is well known for temperatures as low as minus 24 degrees Celsius at certain times of year. This journey will test the car and myself in one of the most extreme environments. Whilst our previous expeditions across Europe have been challenging, this Arctic adventure is uncharted territory for us. Hello and welcome to Ivalo or Ivalo or Ivalo or doesn't matter. I've heard so many people pronounce it in so many different ways. To you and I, it's the Arctic Circle, and if you wanted to be a real geographer about it, it's the very north of Finland. But for this road trip, we're going to be going further north still. So here's the game plan. Overnight here tonight, picking up the car keys to the vehicle that's taking us on this next epic adventure of ours. And yeah, we're going to be stopping off tomorrow at some interesting places. And then the day after, the journey continues. So it's going to be 366 kilometres through this rather, has to be said, hostile environment outside. There's lots of snow and the wind is blowing an absolute blizzard out there at the moment. But we'll see what tomorrow brings when we pick up the car keys. Until then, good night. Whilst waiting for our car to arrive, and I'm sure you can imagine how long it takes for a package to be delivered in these parts, we thought it'd be a good idea to explore a little. Perfectly evolved for its environment, the snowmobile is the locals' weapon of choice when it comes to tackling this real-life equivalent of Narnia. They're pretty rapid too, and capable of over 60 miles per hour over just about any terrain. However, 366 kilometres in one of these is not the most tempting prospect, and so it was time to point the nose of our freshly delivered car north and hit the road, or ice-covered death trap, but the locals call it a road. So here we are heading off on our Arctic adventure, 366 kilometres through some of the most tough and harsh natural environments that the world has to offer. It is bitterly cold outside, and yes, I am wearing a polo shirt, primarily because our test car has really good heating and I was absolutely sweltering in my jacket. So I may well be the first man to drive this north in short sleeves. Anyway, introductions. This is our new facelifted Ford Kuga. It's part of the big refresh for the model range, and more specifically it's in ST line, so it's got a sportier edge to it, darkened grills and the like. I really like the way it looks, specifically chose it in this grey because I think it will contrast the backgrounds really, really nicely. That and ST line comes with a few other things like stiffer anti-roll bars and sharper steering, which is obviously going to be more enjoyable. How exploitable that is on icy roads will remain to be seen. But on the whole, nice interior, good heaters, which is a very important thing, and plenty of boot space for all of our kit. Whilst this morning's snowmobiling activities were good fun, this is where the real journey begins. We don't really know what lies ahead of us, other than it's going to probably be very cold. And I'm already feeling the car move beneath me on some really icy roads, so I don't feel that this 366 kilometres is going to be covered quickly, but it has to be said that Ford's all-wheel drive system will no doubt come in handy. It's definitely a very challenging environment to film in because it's so cold that battery life doesn't last as long in camera equipment, and also you have to think about how much light's available. Literally daylight lasts for a handful of hours in these parts of the world. This is 10:30 in the morning and the sun has only just come up, and it'll set again before it's 2:30. Drivers are a bit mental, encountered a few of those already. Seem to like sitting in the middle of the road and watching you dart around them like it's some form of dodgem at a fun fair. But, you know, thicker anti-roll bars, maybe there's a reason I went ST line. Speaking of time, we have sort of time travelled. We're 2 hours ahead in Finland currently, which is where we are. Probably should have said that right from the beginning. We're in Finland. However, as we cross the border into Norway later this evening, the clocks go back an hour. So we're desperately trying to work out times and distance calculations when we're going to arrive at certain places, or how much time do we have to stop off and shoot at different locations. It's a weird one. We're sort of in the, I suppose quite literally, in the twilight zone around this part of the world. The sun's seemingly brief cameo came to an end, plunging us into darkness as we crossed the Norwegian border. But as we were in the area, we thought it was only polite to visit the locals. These 6-month-old husky puppies are in training, but are already showing their strength. After a traditional reindeer dinner, it was time to get some rest in preparation for the challenges of day 2. Thanks very much for watching, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Please subscribe for all of the latest and greatest cars to hit the road. For breaking news and written reviews, visit www.insidelane.co.uk.